This video is going to show you how you can view student information in Tyler SIS 360. Please keep in mind that I'm using a sample instance of Classroom 360, and therefore some of the settings that you might see or some of the buttons you might see might be a little different than our WSD instance. So I'm on this teacher's homepage in Classroom 360, and there's a couple different ways that I can look at student information. If you go over to the left-hand navigation and you look for the last button that says Student Summary, I can click on Student Summary. And what happens when I click on Student Summary is it gives me a list of all the students that I have in all of my classroom. You'll notice that there's a couple different ways that I can search for those students. I have lots of filtering options. And so if I want to search by last name, I can click on this last name filter and I can start typing in letters so that it will filter down to those exact students. Above, I also have search features as well. So there's a couple different ways in how I can look for a particular student. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that. I'm going to come back to the home page because I want to show you a second way that you can look for student information. If you go to the top navigation, you can also go to the student search icon. And in the student search icon, it's going to bring you back to the list of all of your students. And it's already got a filter on, and that's why we're only seeing those two. But if I erase that filter, I'm going to go back to being able to see all of my students. So let's go ahead and take a look at Alicia Dooley. When I click on a student, it's going to take me into that student summary. And you'll notice that on the student summary, you have multiple cards that contain information about the student. So I can look at that student's current grades. I can look at that student's schedule. I can look at their attendance history, all the way down to the student details as well. Notice on each one of those cards that you also have a button in the upper right-hand corner, and that button would take you into the student's schedule where you'll be able to see a little more detail if you need those details as well. So now that I am able to see the student summary, I want to show you that in the upper left-hand corner, I can switch between students directly from the student summary. There's a couple ways that I can do it. Notice that this is student 22 out of 138, so I can simply go back and forth using my arrow buttons. In the center, I also have a drop-down menu, and this drop-down menu is going to contain the list of all of my students, so I can jump to another student to be able to see the information in their student summary.